The Engineer and Pursuit are two powerful and popular DPS towers. Sometimes it can be difficult to decide which one to pick, if you can only pick one. In this video, I will explain which one I think is better and why. But before we do that, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos. Only a very small portion of you are subscribed, it's completely free, and it helps me a ton. Now, let's start with the stats. We'll begin with the Pursuit. At level 0, the Pursuit costs 3,000 cash, deals 6 damage, has a fire rate of 0.258, a range of 8, a patrol range of 14, a 4-second reload time, 35 ammo, and a DPS of 16.12. At level 1, it costs a total of 4,200 cash, deals 8 damage, has the same range, patrol range, ammo, fire rate, and reload time as level 0, and deals 21.49 DPS. At level 2, its total cost is 6,050 cash, damage is increased to 10, fire rate and reload time stay the same, has 9.5 range, 16 patrol range, 35 ammo, and 26.86 DPS. At level 3, it costs a total of 11,050 cash, and now gains a missile launcher which shoots 2 35 damage missiles every 7 seconds. Its damage stays at 10, fire rate decreased to 0.208, 10.5 range, 16 patrol range, 75 ammo, a 3.5 second reload time, and 48.02 DPS. Since most people argue the top path is better, I'm going to make this comparison more simple. I'm just going to list the stats of the top path for Pursuit. At level 4, its total cost is 27,050 cash, deals 12 damage, has a fire rate of 0.108, 150 ammo, its missile damage is increased to 35 times 4, and her cooldown has been reduced to 6. It has 11 range, 18.5 patrol range, a 3-second reload time, and 111.25 DPS. Finally, at max level, the Pursuit costs a total of 69,550 cash, deals 26 damage, has the same missiles as level 4, 200 ammo, a 2.5 second reload time, a fire rate of 0.093, 12 range, 21 patrol range, and 266.45 DPS with a cost efficiency of $261.02 per DPS. However, if the missiles hit at least 3 enemies each since they do splash damage, it has a cost efficiency of $198.96 DPS, $198.96 per DPS, and a total DPS of 349.56. And as you just saw, against single target enemies, the Pursuit doesn't seem amazing. A DPS of 266 and a value of 261 doesn't sound very good. But we do have to factor in that it has patrol ability, meaning it can essentially have full map range since the cooldown is pretty short, and deal more damage against crowds. But before we get deeper into that, let's look at the Engineer. At level 0, it costs 750 cash, which allows it to be used as an early game tower. It deals 4 damage, has a fire rate of 1.208, a range of 13, a DPS of 3.31, and can place 1 sentry which deals 2.18 DPS. Combined, it has a total of 5.49 DPS. At level 1, it costs 1,000 cash in total, deals 6 damage, has a fire rate of 1.208, a range of 15, 4.97 DPS, and the same sentry, combined is 17.15 DPS. At level 2, it costs a total of 1,400 cash, deals 6 damage, has a fire rate of 1.208, 17 range, and can now place 2 units and a combined DPS of 9.33. At level 3, it costs a total of 3,200 cash, deals 12 damage, a fire rate of 1.208, 17 range, and a DPS of 9.93. It can now build rifle sentries, combined with the sentry deals 22.91 DPS. At level 4, it costs a total of 6,200 cash, does 18 damage, has a fire rate of 0.758, 18 range, and 23.75 DPS, and can now build 3 sentries, combined has a DPS of 43.22. At level 5, it can now place the minigun sentry, it costs a total of 18,700 cash, does 30 damage, has a fire rate of 0.758, 18 range, it can now place 3 sentries and deals 39.68 DPS, combined deals 128.86 DPS. At max level, it can now place 4 War Machine sentries and costs a total of 53,700 cash, does 50 damage, has a fire rate of 0.608, 20 range and 82.24 DPS, combined has a DPS of 402.24 and a value of $133 per DPS. At first glance, it seems like the Engineer has way better stats than the Pursuit. It costs 10,000 less to max out and deals 140 more DPS, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. First, we have to take into account that the Pursuit has full map range and is fully stun immune, while the Engineer only has 20 range and is mostly stun immune. But the other thing is that the Engineer relies mostly on its sentries for damage, meaning if all the sentries get destroyed, i.e. by bosses' stomps or enemies' attacks, It takes a long time for the engineer to rebuild all the sentries, making it less consistent. The Pursuit can't just instantly lose 80% of its DPS. But, then again, the engineer has replacement level 6 compared to the Pursuit's 5. The engineer has much better value and is more versatile with it having hit detection and being able to be used throughout the entire game. So, which tower is better? Taking everything into consideration, I believe the engineer is overall a better tower. Don't get me wrong, they are both phenomenal, but the engineer having much more DPS, much better value, hidden detection, and all game use makes it more useful in my opinion. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, comment below if you disagree, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.